It's been so many days, still very twitchy.
Well, that's everything I need for now.
I don't know what's wrong with me, like at all. And I'm really starting to get scared to think that maybe these doctors won't know either. But we have an appointment on Monday. See what we can do. Good morning, guys. Hi, hope you're having a good day. Today is Tuesday, March 2nd, please. It was a late morning. Kids got out the house. We didn't get out the house till about like 7:50, which is like a good 20 to 30 minutes later than we usually do. No more, like, I'm tripping. It's March 2nd. I'm going to the gym today. I need to get back into healthy weight loss, but I want to talk to you guys about my mindset real fast. Probably not real fast. It's going to be a talk. Just left from dropping the kids off. Picked up some coffee. It's raining. I did my lashes, as you can see. So I want to give you guys just like a life update, like a little update kind of about where we are health-wise, about what's happening, about what treatments and what. It's jumping on the turnpike. When we get back, we are gonna have the bestest talk. Oh, that was the police. We're gonna have a talk. Like, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna motherfucking talk. Me and you. Okay? Me and you. Can you hear me?
You got me. It's lucid.
Fucking hear me.
I'm so high up and lucid. You take me to a safe place. We steady on the same pace. I'm crazy. You like that? Don't back down.
So there's not much light here. Is there?
There's a fact. We on the right track.
Hi guys. So okay. Basically, welcome back to my channel. My name is Opal Stacey. For those of you who are new here, we have been struggling for like the last 2 years to lose, honestly, like 50 pounds. I've already lost 80 in the last 5 years. I will link some videos that you can check out that will give you like a thorough explanation of my entire weight release journey. But it is now March 2nd, 2022. This video, we're gonna talk a little bit about kind of just like a life update, where we are health-wise, where we are with like losing weight, because I feel like things have changed since starting this year. A lot has changed. So let's just jump into it. So I'm actually gonna tell you guys a little bit about me, some things that you probably don't know yet about me, but I think it would be very helpful. And then I have to leave in a couple minutes, so I only have about 20 minutes, so hopefully I won't be like rambling too long, you know. So okay, basically last year February, one of these eyes started to do like a twitching movement, and it never stopped. It would come, go, come, go, come, go. And it wreaked fucking havoc on my entire life. Like, it really turned my whole world upside down. I was never in any pain, but it was irritating. It was annoying. Now, there was always things that I could do, like take muscle relaxants. It started in February. I didn't start taking the muscle relaxants, I would say, until maybe about September, even October. So I lived with it. That's how you know. I lived with it from February to about October-ish, maybe September-ish, with it just going crazy on me. Gotta get us a drink, girl. So that was my life. Then I started the muscle relaxants, and then I tried to figure out what was wrong with me. I had no insurance at the time, so I couldn't see a doctor. I would go to like little clinics in my neighborhood, and they would try to run tests on me. A lot of those testings came back normal. My most recent test came back normal-ish, but it did show some some sort of inflammation, some sort of like virus. Something is happening inside my body, or it could just be stress, according to the ER doctor, because the numbers were high. And she's like, listen, they're not alarming to me. I'm not shocked by this because everything else is normal. So other than that, my blood work, my CT scan, all normal. this past February, about February 20-ish, I got insurance. Yay! So I got some insurance, finally, like full insurance, and I was able to see my primary care physician. Primary care physician took one look at me and was like, girl, I mean, according to all of your records, your documents, everything, you're pretty normal. I think you have a lot of anxiety. I think you're dealing with a lot of panic. And he's completely right, honestly. In that sense, he's right. So we're gonna talk about the anxiety in a second. So that was my diagnosis. That's the first one. I still have some testing to do with this doctor that I haven't done yet, because let me just write that down. Call doctor for additional hormones. Yeah, so yeah, so right now it's been, I'm gonna say it's been about 17 days since my face actually had like a spasm where it was just going. I still feel little minor twitchies, but it's been 17 days. That's actually the longest stretch that I've gone. I started taking a anti-anxiety medication called Buspirone, okay? And I take that twice a day. So I haven't really noticed a difference. It's not one of those medications that like you'll feel high or anything like that. No, so I'm not really sure if there is a noticeable difference yet. I do still have a neurology appointment. I have an ophthalmology appointment on Friday. Still have those appointments where I'm gonna go see if there is anything really, truly wrong with my nerves, and just to, you know, I got the insurance, let's do what we gotta do. Since I started feeling a little bit better, I kind of just been testing the waters with eating. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've been doing the most with coffee and Reese's. So I've been having Reese's like maybe 3 times a day. Up until yesterday was the first time I only had it once, like the last week. And then I've been having coffee, which I stopped drinking coffee for during the time that I was juicing. I stopped drinking coffee. I switched to tea, which isn't any better, but not like normal, regular herbal tea. I switched to like another sugary tea. So I've been eating terribly, honestly. But for the last 2 weeks or so, I've been drinking maybe no water a day, none. And that's me being real with y'all. I have been slipping badly. And that's my mentality. Like once I start feeling better, it's kind of like, okay, you can have all the things that you were deprived of, and that's like stupid. But just a little bit about me. I am a child of 6. My mother gave birth to me when she was like 4 years old. My youngest sibling, closest in age to me, is 4 years older than I am, and he's a male. So I kind of grew up by myself a little bit. For the most part, like my sisters were well into their 20s when I was 10, 11. So also having their own children, they were grown when I was 9, 10, 11, 12. My brothers too. The only one who's closest to me is what I said. So I spent a lot of time alone. I also had a computer and a TV in my bedroom. I spent a lot of time doing a lot of research. So one of my favorite TV shows when I was like 11 or 12 was Discovery Health. Can you imagine? Like I'm 11 years old. I'm up all night watching Discovery fucking Health all night. I did that for years, and I mean every single disease. I remember specifically one disease in particular which I thought that I had when I was like 11, and I really drove my mom insane, crying, just going crazy about it. It's Lyme disease. I swore up and down that I had Lyme disease because I don't know why. Just like it was like, I think she was on like a MTV episode, and she had like all of these things, and I thought that I also had these things too. So I must also have Lyme disease. So it's how crazy I can be. So I've had health anxiety for a long time, for my entire life. Now, I've always had the anxiety, the fear that something is wrong with me, or that something is wrong with people that I love, or whatever, for my whole life. But it really came to a head when my dad was sick and died. So I knew my dad something was wrong with him, like he was tripping, like something was wrong with him. But he spent a lot of his time mostly in Jamaica. Why? I'm not sure. Maybe whatever. My dad was a singer, a reggae singer. And he made his money in Jamaica and in the UK. So in order to provide for his family in Florida, Miami, that's how he made money, by working in Jamaica, working in the United Kingdom. My mom didn't have a job. She didn't work. So he spent all his time there. So when he would come for a couple months at a time, you know, we didn't know anything about what was happening to him. We knew that he had like some sort of issue, but my mom was like, I don't know. Like we really didn't know, unless we just didn't want to think that something was wrong with him, and we just didn't investigate or press it very much. So my dad's illness, he was sick for like 2 years, I believe, before we knew there was even an issue. Honestly, we got a phone call when we were at home, regular fucking day. And it was my aunt in England. Okay, most of my family is either in England, very little of us in Jamaica still, mostly in England. And then I have my other half of siblings that live in Connecticut and New York. But everybody else, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, they all live in England. And so we got a call from my aunt in England, and she's like, you know, John is dying. So yeah, I didn't understand what the hell was happening. We literally had 1 week. So I jumped on a plane and I went to England with my dad with the hopes of, I didn't know how sick he actually was. I didn't know that he was going to die, to be honest with you. Like I didn't know. I really thought that I was going to take my dad out of that hospital, bring him back to Jamaica, and at least, at minimum, have some time with him, like even a month, 2 months, 3 months. That would have sufficed. By the time I got to England, my dad died within like 3 days, and it was tough. It was tough. And I think that's when the switch of health anxiety really turned on. Because in my heart of hearts, I never believed that God would take somebody away that I love so dearly. Like I was bargaining with God, like, God, if you just let me, you know. And God was like, nah, I need him. I'm okay with it now. That's why I can talk to you about it and not be here broken down and crying. But it was hard to deal with, but it also flipped a switch for me in terms of me being really afraid of people that I love dying. So I'm even doing it now, honestly, where it doesn't matter what it is. I can have an itch in my fingernail and I think that I'm gonna die. Especially happens with my kids. My kids tell me they have a headache or they have a cold. I am panicked. I am fucking panicked. And the thing is, like, I don't even show the panic. You wouldn't be able to see it, because I am the kind of person that wears their emotions on their sleeves, which is hard. That's just why it's so hard for me to show up here and be like, hey, how are you guys? Because deep down inside, I'm going through so many processes of anxiety, like, that you guys can't even see. I am panicking a lot throughout the day. And I mean, I knew I was doing it, but I really didn't become actually aware that it's visible until the doctor pointed it out to me. You know, like, I'm tripping a lot of the day. I'm tripping. I'm tripping so much so that I get nothing done, because I'm constantly going through like a mental process of panic and worry and fear, and just like, I can't make a decision. Honestly believe it's rooted in like worth. You know what I'm saying? When my son was born, my first son, all three of them really, God, it was a tough time for me. That's why I don't even want to be pregnant or have a baby, because my mind is already at a place where something's going to be wrong with at least one of my kids. Like, something has to be wrong, and I think it's rooted in worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's rooted in self-worth, where I don't believe sometimes that I am worthy of the good parts of everything that's good in the world. Like, I sometimes not sometimes. Like, I think that's where this anxiety, this health anxiety comes from for me, is that I don't truly believe that I'm worthy of peace, that I'm worthy of good health, that I'm worthy of life, that I'm worthy of any of these things. Anxiety, I don't know. I honestly believe the twitching is coming from anxiety, and it's also coming from gluten. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anytime I have even a smallest amount of gluten, I notice that my body begins to do the twitching. Maybe the gluten is activating some sort of immune response in my body, as well as the cortisol that's already coursing through. So those two together is like a perfect storm, you know, so it creates this neurological issue in my face. Where I am now is like, I'm going to get myself a psychotherapist. I need somebody to talk to work through some of these issues. So that's where we are going forward right now. I don't really have a date. I don't know what I'm about to start doing, but I do know that I got to get better with my eating, because I'm just eating whatever. I'm actually gaining weight again. It's less about weight loss for me and more about just getting back into a routine of feeling good. I feel best when I am creating, when I'm writing, editing, you know, creating content, when I'm working out, when I'm eating well. That makes me feel good. But as it stands, I'm truly... All right, so I have literally a minute. But so for now, the next couple of videos that you will see is really just going to be me getting back to that, trying my best to. Love you guys. Next time you will see me, I will be on that scale for you to see, and we will be getting back into our healthy routine because it's been too long. I love you. I hope to see you guys back. Listen, I honestly don't know what kind of content you guys want to see from me, so leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys really want to see. I love y'all. I will see you in a couple days. Thank you so much for being here, and you guys have a great rest of your day.